so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
Hey, welcome to Thoughts for Rent, Realtors, Keeping It Real. I'm Mac Zerflu, and this is
Jenni McKenna.
Jenni McKenna, the queen of real estate in Las Vegas, and my wife. And this is our first episode of our new podcast, Thoughts for Rent, Realtors, Keeping It Real. It's exciting.
We are going to keep it real. We're going to tell you the ins, the outs, the good, the ugly, all of it.
The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes, that'll be exciting. And we want you to give us feedback. You know how to get a hold of us. Tell us what you think. We want to make this about you guys and giving you value in not only real estate, but in life and in travel and in food. I like food. And that's our goal. So give us feedback. We thought we'd start today with talking about our history, not only our history, but the history of the McKenna team here in Las Vegas. And it all started with a guy by the name of Tim McKenna. And
the man, the myth, the legend.
He is a legend. And I'll let you kind of tell us about him, Jenni.
So Tim McKenna is my father. And in 1978, he got into the real estate business. And I can tell you immediately, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. But my father said to me, because I was a pretty darn good ice skater, he said, Jenni, you finish your ice skating career, and when you're done, then you can come join me and be my partner. So in 1993, I was done doing my Disney on Ice and traveling around the world. And I said, Dad, I'm ready to be your partner. And we together were a father-daughter team. He had already had the McKenna team, but then it truly became the McKenna team when I joined him. And that's how the real estate part happened.
That's right. Two McKennas are better than one, right? That's what they say. And on the ice skating side, she was a professional ice skater with Disney on Ice. And that's where she met me. So in 1993, when she says she joined her father, that's also when we were married 31 years ago. Holy cow.
Crazy.
But so Disney on Ice to real estate here in Las Vegas, and you joined your father 1993. So how was those first couple of years? How was that?
It was interesting. So I, got my feet wet in real estate. We had a lot of investors. We would sell them great investment properties, and then we would refer them to a local property management company that we thought was doing a good job. And for years, that's what we did. And then I would reach out to those investors when another great property would show up, and they'd say, Jenni, we love that you found us that investment property. However, it's not been very smooth in the property management side. So I kept hearing this, and I went to my dad and I said, Dad, we got to open a property management company. And Dad's like, oh, Jenni, slow down.
That sounds like you just jumped ahead 18 years because you opened the property management company in 2005.
I did.
You just went from 1993 to 2005. Wait, that's 22 years. You just jumped ahead.
I did.
How was it 22 years of real estate? How was all that experience?
It was wonderful. I mean, Las Vegas was booming. Everything was outstanding. We had great return on investments. Our ROIs were great. Everything was perfect. But
your what?
ROI.
Return on investment?
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice. He was just teasing me right there.
Checking.
And then because we kept hearing over and over again that the referrals to the property management company weren't doing well, that's when we said, we need to do something about this. So in 2005, we opened McKenna Property Management. But my dad...
After you had 3 kids.
Correct.
And you started raising your family too.
Correct.
3 great kids, by the way.
But my dad was not really on board 100% because he kept saying that I wasn't going to like it because it's kind of the armpit of real estate. Have you ever heard that?
I did. I've heard it and I agree 100%.
What? No, it's not. It is needed. It is like the most important part of real estate is property management.
Well, we should say Jenni's property management owner, broker, runs it. I'm in sales. I tried property management and it made my hair fall out. My hair turned white. My hair used to be dark and beautiful. Property management did me in. But anyway.
So then we opened up and we took over, we called all the investors and we said, hey, we've got our own property management company. You want to bring your properties on board? They said, sure. We started with probably about 50. And then just over the years, by word of mouth, we have now grown to 1,300. Now, we only do single family, townhome, and condos. So I'm not commercial and I don't do multiplexes. But right now we're managing about 1,300.
So you don't spread out to commercial and industrial and multi-unit like big apartment buildings.
Nope.
But not doing that allows you to really focus in on being the specialist and really good at what you do, I think, right?
That's what we're striving for, because what our goal is customer service. We found that it's a niche market, and the reason why the individuals that were reporting back to us saying that they didn't really like their property management companies was because of communication, never really knew what was going on. Their owner funds were inconsistent. And so when we stepped in, we created a company the way I would want property management to be. So that's why we are doing it with all that customer service.
And do you own any properties, investment properties yourself?
We do.
Who do you hire to manage your properties?
My own company.
Oh, good.
And they do a great job.
You like your property manager, do you?
I do.
Oh,
I do.
Awesome. But so then the property management company was built. It's grown just tremendously over the last, I guess it's 20 years now. My gosh, it's a long time.
It is a long time.
Anyway, it's grown great. And so now we've got McKenna Property Management on one hand. We've got the McKenna team on the other hand, the McKenna team in real estate. We're associated with Keller Williams, the marketplace here in Las Vegas, and we do all the sales. And the beauty of that is the synergy that is created between the property management company and the sales team. When we sell an investment property to somebody, it's after you've reviewed it and you've advised us and the client that it's going to be a positive rental. It's going to have good cash flow, and it's a good place to buy a rental in Las Vegas. So that synergy really, I think, has helped our clients over the last 20 years. And I think we've had great success in helping people buy properties that are turning into great rentals and great investments.
Yes. I mean, I have a client right now that brought on properties back in 2007, 2008. And if you look at his portfolio, he's a multimillionaire.
Yeah, there you go.
Those properties have quadrupled from what he paid.
Right,
and then
right.
what's the saying that we always say? It's always great to have bought real estate, 20 years ago when the prices were so low.
To plant a tree?
Yeah.
What is it?
20 years ago.
What's the next best time?
Today.
Right now. Yeah, that's right. It's a Chinese proverb. We should give the Chinese community their
and just like that Chinese proverb, that follows true when it comes to real estate.
I think people get caught up in values, though. Like, is it the right time to buy? Is it the right time to buy? So I think some investors will miss out on some opportunities because they're very concerned about where the market is. Is this the right time to buy? But I've learned from many wise people that you really can never determine what the actual bottom of a market is. So if you buy a property, it's going to increase in value over time. So don't try to gauge exactly where the market is, because it's going to be a losing game.
Well, and what I've always thought too is if you buy the right property, meaning location, right?
What are those? The three most important things in real estate?
Absolutely. And like Max said, every one of the properties that he sells to an investor gets my approval on. So it's going to be the right location. It's going to be the right floor plan. It's going to be the right neighborhood. One that I know is going to attract that qualified resident. And you know what? Maybe, you could have got it for $10,000 less, 4 or 5 months earlier. But the key to it is the minute it closes escrow, it slides right into McKenna Property Management's portfolio. We get it rented right away. We make sure that the tenants pay their rent. If they don't, they go to eviction. I mean, so in reality, it's just about holding it. And if we make it easy for our owners to hold real estate, then it's a win-win.
Absolutely.
There's just no way they can lose, in my opinion.
No, that's absolutely true. And I just think the track record speaks for itself right now in our company, our organization. We've helped a lot of people buy some investment properties, and we've helped them manage those and grow value. And like you said, the person you were talking about, we keep track of values on the homes of our owners, and we let them know annually what the value of their home is, so they can track what kind of investment, what kind of return their investment is giving them.
And Las Vegas is a great city for that.
Seems to be always growing.
I know. Why is that?
Seems to be growing now, 2025. I remember when I moved here in 1992, just before we got married, 1993, right before we got married. And the Luxor had just been completed.
Crazy.
And there was no 215. There was the city stopped at sort of like Lake Mead Boulevard. And it's just crazy to see how fast it's growing and continues to grow over the years. Economic ups and downs throughout the country don't seem to affect Las Vegas.
Which, yeah, if there
Why is that?
I think it's because we have a unique dynamic of fun, weather, even though it is hot in the summer. Not a lot of natural disasters, knock on wood.
Void of disasters is certainly
And there is an opportunity of space. Like you can go 20 minutes and be in the desert and not be around homes or people. And I think that's a good feel. I think there's other cities where you just can't get away from people.
That's true. You don't have to go very far to get away from people in Las Vegas.
And, you know, people think we don't get snow, but you can go 45 minutes and you can go to Mount Charleston and you can have as much snow as you want in the winter.
That's true. And when it does snow here, people kind of lose their mind.
Yeah,
They don't know how to drive in the snow.
I don't know how to drive in the snow.
Anthem's a community on I'd say a hill, but it's kind of like a little mound. Most places in the country, they'd be like, that's not a hill. But people were having a hard time getting back to their homes when it snows here.
Well, I mean, I'm Vegas born. So if you're going to put any kind of snow on the ground, I better get somebody to drive me because there's no way I can do it.
Born and raised in Vegas.
Yes. Just like the Golden Knights.
That's true. Just like the Golden Knights.
Just like the Golden Knights.
So I'm excited about Las Vegas. I always have been. It's really interesting. I think part of the reason it grows also is because Americans love to play.
Yeah.
When times are tough, let's go have a good time. I think that's a lot of people have that answer. So, you know, people keep flocking here and that's a great thing. So anyway, we'll focus on that. We've also guided our clients to some other communities around the country that seem to be growing. People can sell a property here, 1031 exchange it, which means you can, move the tax liability to later on, and then you can buy real estate anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
So we've seen our clients do that, and we've seen clients then sell outside of Nevada and bring their investment money into Nevada real estate.
But I agree with you going back to the fact that what drives the flock of people coming here and what keeps the real estate value stable. And I used to remember when Dad and I would go out on our listing appointments, and this is years and years and years ago, and they would say, "Oh, Tim, I think that the real estate market's just going to crash here in Vegas. People are not going to want to move here." And this is back in 1995, 1996. And my dad would look at him and say, "Everybody likes to have fun. And they're always going to come to Vegas because this is a town to have fun. And we're open 24/7. I mean, there's some unique things about Las Vegas."
It used to be unique that way. Now we have other things like a hockey team, a football team, potential for a NBA team. We're going to get the Oakland Athletics are going to be moving here. They're spending the next couple of years in Sacramento, which is kind of funny. They're playing their team games in a minor league ball.
They'll be excited when our stadium actually opens.
It looks pretty nice. But those 4 major sports are going to be here. We're almost up to 3 million in the metropolis, the valley. That's a big city. And it just seems to keep going. Doesn't seem to have an end in sight.
And when you have a city that doesn't seem to have an end in sight and everybody seems to be moving there, I'd say that's a pretty good place to invest in real estate.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's so much opportunity here. It's crazy. And the beauty is the builders are still building. So if you're the kind of investor who says, I don't want to buy a house 20 years old, it's going to fall apart, the fence is going to start caving in, the plumbing is going to go to crap. I want to buy new. There's lots of opportunity for new builders here in Las Vegas. It's happening as we speak.
So I remember that years and years ago, they would say, one of the things that you can tell if your city is growing is if your flower, your state flower, is the yellow, the orange cones in the road, and if your state bird is the crane, the building crane, those big
not
cranes.
Not the white cranes, but
the building cranes that you see, those big old cranes. And you know what? I can't remember a time that I don't drive down the street and not see any of those. Those are always everywhere.
Cranes all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like a bird sanctuary, aviary. What is it?
Yeah.
There's so many cranes. It's unbelievable. And right now the Strip has got new projects. The new athletics ballpark's going to be huge, right where the Tropicana used to be. Where
they just blew it up.
Yep.
Tropicana's gone now.
Yeah. Growth is continuing. That's not going to be an issue here. And so Vegas is exciting. That's not news to anybody listening to this podcast. You guys all know that. What's more exciting is the way that McKenna Property Management has grown in the last 20 years has been just like a rocket. It's really shot up. And the best thing about it is its leader, this one right here, she runs the company great. She cherishes her clients and she cherishes her staff. So a lot of people have been here for a long time. And I think that's that honors you and all the efforts you've put into what you've built here. So
Well,
congratulations.
thank you. Maybe I'll stick around with you for year 32.
Well, that's going to keep you in our marriage.
Maybe.
Lucky me.
Well, that pretty much does it for our first episode. So what do they need to do if they want to continue to hear about Las Vegas and McKenna team and McKenna Property Management?
Subscribe to this podcast, come back and watch all of our episodes. And again, like I said at the beginning, give us feedback. We want to talk about things that you find interesting, and just, keep us in your minds and your hearts, and try to always keep track of what McKenna Property Management and the McKenna team is doing, because we're ultimately here for you guys.
Sounds good.
Take care. Oh, there you go. Sound good? Okay, good. I'll pass over to Ireland. Here you go, Ken.
Thanks, Pops.